I had a lot of fun. It was very unlike other things, unlike an interview, and I love that because there was a two-way discussion. Thank you for having me here again.
So, hi Shefali, firstly, welcome to Chat with Champions. So, let me tell you, it's going to be a fun chat, candid chat about your life, about your struggles, hustles, and all the achievements you have done in your life. So, it's all completely podcast. We'll discuss about all these things. So, it's going to be a fun chat only. Let me start by asking you from very scratch that from your schooling life. So, were you constantly topping the examination, or is it something kick happen in between, or something push you to work harder? How was it? How was your school life and scoring and this all that?
Um, I used to love to study and read in school. I was a nerd, and I still am, and I proudly give myself the tag because I think it's what keeps me, as you said, helps me top exams with nonchalance. So I think that's where I stand. I don't think I've topped many exams other than this, but apart from that, I think I've had a lot of fun studying basically.
So you were constantly topping the examination. That's what it is, right?
Um, there's no exam. You won't find my name for any other exam, but I've. It's something that I like to do, studying and just reading about things.
Okay, great man. So let's directly jump to LSAT. Okay, when you actually started preparing for LSAT, and please also tell me about your preparation strategy and how did you actually started preparing for it.
Sure. So preparation was very simple for me. First, I just read up a lot about how the exam goes, what the structure is, and what all I need to prepare. And since it was during the pandemic, also things like what technology I needed, how much internet bandwidth I needed. So there was both kinds of preparation needed in an online exam. And this because the structure is fairly simple as well. All that I think I had to practice was these official test books that the organization takes out. So I think that's all my personal preparation consisted of. Is that what you were asking? Is there
Okay.
anything else?
This your preparation have started after completing your undergrad, or is it?
No, my final exams for undergrad were going on when the LSAT took place. I think LSAT was just almost a week before the exams or something like that.
Okay. So, can you brief me about your undergrad time? Is it what profile you graduated in, and what you have studied and all these things?
I studied philosophy in my undergrad. I did it from Lady Shri Ram College in DU. And I think so philosophy is something that includes a lot of things, whereas people think it's just spirituality and religion. But philosophy also has, in fact, a law component, a big, which is a major thing that people do pursue. So I think that also definitely also helped me during the exam, but also like
Okay.
anyway in life in general.
Sure, man. It's a 4 year of undergrad, or how many years it is?
No, it's 3 years in DU.
Okay, 3 years. Okay, great, man. So, like, it's very lesser people are aware about this particular thing because it's kind of not a generic thing to do. So, can you also like tell me more about it? Tell us more about it. Basically, what this things you have to learn in this particular course and all this thing.
So philosophy has various courses. The part that I loved the most was ethics in particular. We had a couple of papers over the 3 years on ethics itself, but there were other things like logic, which is rational reasoning out of like um, various statements, etc. And there was, like I said, a component of philosophy of law, and there are also things like feminism and very practical things like applied ethics, which consists of things like reproduction technology and which people think that it's very abstract the course, but it's actually very based in things that we face in everyday life.
Right.
So
So basically, if like for example, the first thought come in my mind when I listen to all this thing is, what is the future where it's dragging you towards? Because everybody who is doing the undergrad thinks about the placement and recruitment and job opportunities and all this thing. So if you're just thinking from the undergraduating from philosophy, how would you like think about your future in that?
Um, I know the sort of perception that people have about this course, and not just people around us, but or our peers, but also recruiters. I understand all of that. But for me personally, I don't think I faced a lot of problems during placements in general, because I genuinely believe that no matter what course you do, even if it's political science, which is very similar to philosophy in terms of the abstract nature, even if we do anything else which is not conventionally job related, it's about you and how you make your profile up, right? So it's about what steps you take, what kind of internships you take up, and what kind of extra activities you do that you think are related to your course and related to the future that you might want to create. So of course there's a balance that you need to do while selecting all of this, but it's sort of so I don't think a course is something which limits you usually in any way, especially today, because the arts are gaining a lot more importance, which I'm really glad about. And even like this is still a little slow in India, but it's coming up. But I think in other countries, it's actually the people prefer people from liberal arts backgrounds, etc. So yeah.
Great, man. So you are completely right on this. The question arises, such kind of question arises only because people think about the monetary benefits out of it. That are we getting good amount of opportunity in India with this field or not? Because that is the reason why every year 15 lakh students appear for engineering examination, because everybody knows that once you go to engineering institution, if it's a private college, it's a bad college, you'll get somewhere, you'll start earning a decent amount or something. But yeah, everybody has a different perspective, and it's all like key what you are completely interested in, you continued with that. That's a great thing. So like let's discuss something more about philosophy right now only. It's like currently in India, do we have that kind of opportunity to earn a good amount of money through this course, or is it growing, or is it not, or where exactly people are heading towards if they are just graduating from with this particular course?
To answer your first question about if there are opportunities right now in India, I would say not yet, not that much. The one career, if people want to pursue philosophy after an undergraduate degree, the one career that ends up being there for, say, after masters is only academia. So if you want to take up a job, I don't think it's a top priority for recruiters in general. But having said that, internationally, but also in some sectors in India now, there's a lot of this thing about a lot of philosophers or people with a philosophy background are needed for technology products and other things where you need to make ethical decisions. I think that's a great prospect that's coming up and something even I'm interested in. I'm sorry, your second question was?
Is it opportunity people are going outside or abroad to gain more opportunity for this course?
Both. So, apart from these opportunities in academia, in certain sorts of jobs that are coming up, I think people also, like I said previously, it's also about what you make up about yourself, right? To be honest, every course is related to everything else, but the fact that philosophy actually gives birth to so many other courses, everything, right? From psychology to even economics for that matter, comes originally from philosophy. So you can relate it to a lot of things. Um, for instance, if you want to design an app, you do need to understand the basics of how humans think, and that I understand that's more a domain of psychology. But I think if you try hard enough, philosophy can also be applied over there.
Sure, sure, definitely. Means I think in a lot of the lot of companies, I also heard that there are people who are working with the core C position people, that they have to advise them related to the nature, related to the mindset, related to the customers understanding, the TAM and all these things. So that kind of people are needed who understand like basic understanding of human being. So it's a opportunity, but the like it's exactly it's growing in India, but it's not that much as you have said. So great, man, great. So people, yeah, you're saying something.
No, I feel like it will never. Honestly, people's mindsets won't will take time to change because societal change is harder. But it's honestly about how much you believe in what your course can do in life. I know a lot of people who also don't think much about the course, but they're just doing it for the sake of it. So yeah, that's my 2 cents, and you'll hear a very varied opinion from everyone doing such a course or any other related course. So yeah.
Like obviously there is a diversity in everything, because some people come with the mindset that they actually want to explore in this particular course, and somebody's like, "Ki, okay, I heard about it," or maybe convinced with somebody else's things and all, they came and they joined. And somebody's interested, somebody's not. It's the same for all the courses.
Basically, yeah. So I don't want to influence people's opinions by saying all this, because I don't want to get hit if anybody takes up philosophy after listening to this. So that's my 2 cents.
100% means I also believe the same, that anybody who is opting for something in their life, they should think thoroughly about it, read about it, that what are the opportunities or what all things are related to this, and do they actually feel like doing it, or is it necessary, or is it something they can benefit out of it. So yeah, correct,
Yeah.
that makes a sense. So let's jump to the LSAT preparation part again. We didn't much discuss about the core preparation strategy, because firstly I would like to congratulate you, but it's been a long time for you. Congratulations that you scored all India rank one. It's an
Thank you.
great deal. Like
Thanks a lot.
Sure, sure. So, can you tell me, like, more than just the preparation part, how did you subconsciously prepare yourself to perform, to excel in anything? How do you do that? Do you ever consciously thought that what's there in my unconscious mind, your subconscious mind, that how do I prepare for this, or and also the preparation strategy? How did you actually started preparing for it?
Yeah, so if you talk about like in general about life, it ties back to the first question.
Yeah.
I do read up a lot. I like to consume knowledge. I like to learn a lot. So which leads me to do various kinds of reading up, but also like listening to YouTube videos, taking up random courses which usually are not related to things that I might want to do in the future. So that's one thing. That's my general preparation strategy for LSAT in particular. I uh, I practice the official test books, and in the way of mindset, as you ask, I think it was mostly since the syllabus was related to reasoning and analytical thinking. I think apart from the previous reading helping me, there there was also this mindset preparation, right? I need to rest well. I need to not worry about things. I need to put all the worries outside the room when I'm taking any exam, but also this one. uh, I think that's pretty much. I think that's if people do most of this, half the exam you conquer, half the any challenges in life you conquer easily.
Correct, correct. It's all about it's the game of mindset. Agree, 100%.
Yeah.
So, were you giving any mocks specifically, or have you joined any institution, or you prepared from your own?
No, I didn't join any institution. I did do some mock tests from again the official books, and yeah, that was more than enough. I don't think there is much to do, and of course, usually people preparing for one exam are also preparing for other exams, especially in law. So I'm guessing even those things helped me in this particular exam as well.
Okay, so basically, how long did you prepared for this examination? Is the complete tenure of like preparation?
I didn't have a lot of time because, as I said, my exams were right after it. So my focus was mostly on that. But I think it would be around. So I made the application and paid the fees, etc., around February, I think. So the preparation was like we all procrastinated around the last month.
Correct, correct. So you didn't had much time, but you're able to do it. So this is going to be more relevant question to you. That a lot of people struggle, like preparing for LSAT, struggle with critical reasoning or argumentative logical skills, all these things. So how would you like suggest them? How can they develop on it, or how can they make it more better for them?
Just read. Basically, that's all the advice I can give. I've been giving also. I think so. Of course, if you develop a habit since whenever you're young, that's cool. If you don't have a habit, you start today, right? You pick up a newspaper and just read the articles. If you don't want to read about random politics, you can read the section that you like. For instance, sports or entertainment, anything works. And when you get to that habit, then you also look up things on the internet related to that topic, which leads you to other topics. If you want to know a term that is there in one article, you learn that word. And for if you're fortunate enough, something like that comes in your exams. So I think this general thing is all that matters.
Correct. Great, man. Great. So let's come to YIF to be very specific. When you actually started preparing for Young India Fellowship, and what was your motivation behind it?
So the fellowship application has three stages mostly. My stages were first an application, which included SOPs and letters of recommendations. The second stage was an online test, and the third stage was an interview.
Wow.
And likely, I think I did well in all three of them. My so the preparation goes along with the stages. So when I'm making the application, I have to spend a lot of time writing my essays and figuring out where I want to, what kind of trajectory I have taken until now, and what kind of trajectory that I can potentially take in the future, so that also the admission committee sees me doing something out of my life and not just loitering around like I have been doing with a lot by dabbling in a lot of work experience in a wide variety of fields. Along with that, so when you come to the test, you prepare for that. When you come to the interview, which were mostly questions from the application, but also um, the questions were basically about everything about me. They were genuinely interested in us as people, trying to see us as a holistic person, not just people who might be scoring well in exams or something like that. So all of these steps have definite periods. So that's how you prepare, I think.
For you, what was the most difficult part? Because majority of the time when we hear about YF, it's everybody says that panel is very difficult to convince, and it's a very difficult interview round. So for you, what was the most difficult part while preparing for this?
So it's not about difficulty. I don't think they make the application in a difficult manner. They genuinely want to take you, as long as you are able to prove yourself. They are interested in you as people. So there's nothing. There's not. It's not about difficulty. Of course, it's competitive, very competitive. But if you so as you said, I think the interview is especially something that you should concentrate on, I would say, not because it's tough, because for me, it's basically about I stumble upon my words, I get nervous when I really, really want something. And that was one challenge that I had to prepare for. And I think I was able to because even the interviews made me feel very comfortable. And they tend to do that because they're so nice. So, yeah.
Sure, man. Sure. Let's come to the university part because we discussed much about we got a gist about the preparation strategy and everything. So I got to know that you have opted for Ashoka University. So what was the reason behind it, and what actually is the good thing about Ashoka University? Can you explain that part?
Sure. So the Young India Fellowship takes place at the Ashoka University. I have been reading about and following the university's progress for a long time. I also came to the university when I was in school for this program that they have for school students called the Ashoka Scholars Program. And the best part about the university that I really like, and especially about this fellowship, is that they have some of the best faculty available in the country. And so you can imagine for somebody who likes to learn, it's a paradise because along with the faculty, they also have like a lot of support, like for if you want to take up opportunities in a sector that you haven't done previously, it's a great jump start for that. And a lot of support. Basically, it's a great environment here. And then you learn from your peers who've also come through like a competitive application and have proven their worth in various ways.
Sure. So currently you are studying in this university. So how is your experience going on right now? Means is it completely tedious, or is it you get a time to rejuvenate with something else also?
I'm at the university right now. And yes, we do get time to rejuvenate. So that's the thing, because we have a lot of focus on peer learning, so we do get to bond over that, and we do get to get time off because of that. Apart from this, the courses are very hectic. It's something that everybody needs to be mentally prepared for, but you honestly don't mind how hectic it is, because it's um, getting you a lot of things after the fellowship and during the fellowship. I don't have a lot of time left, but I think even the courses I'm taking right now, one is by a leading feminist of India. They're all great, and I don't think our interest has tapered over the year at all, which tends to happen in courses or in jobs that you take up. Here, I think it's been pretty consistent, so that's great.
The opportunity is phenomenal, it sounds, right?
Yeah.
Great, man. Great. So, like the first thing, also about thinking this, basically, you have done bachelor's in philosophy. So, how it actually helped you? Did it actually help you while clearing the interview rounds for this, or so how it's leading you toward this?
Towards the fellowship.
Yeah.
Um, since the fellowship touches upon all sorts of subjects, including philosophy in a lot of manners, not just general philosophy, but things which might be tangentially related. I think philosophy did give me a little background on things that we're doing right now. But apart from this, if you're talking about the application stage, since they want to know all of you, philosophy was something that was brought up a lot in my essays, in my interview. And I think philosophy, since it gives you sort of a thing, it gives you a way to think about things that you don't usually notice. I think that sort of nature of deep thinking, so to say, is probably something that helped me a lot also, that I don't know consciously as of now.
Definitely must have helped you because, like, obviously, it sounds like it's related. Somewhere it helps you anyway in your life, man. You can't deny.
Philosophy is related to everything.
Great, man, great. So, when you see the journey behind it, that you're undergrad in philosophy, then you've done you have a working experience, you've done a lot of internship, then you prepared for Lsat, and now this YIF. All this thing in a row. Do you ever thought about it? That what does it actually signify? Where it's heading you towards means basically, what is this? Have you ever connected these dots? Like,
Do we ever know where we're headed? But no. Um, I think the point of all of this, this new subject, taking humanities in school and then doing things which are completely unfamiliar to me after that, and really doing things that I might not even take up, for instance, LSAT, is something that I think comes from my idea to just be a well-rounded person. I know it sounds very idealistic, and I don't think I've become a well-rounded person and like reached my peak potential or anything, but I think that has been the idea all along with the fact that somewhere in my mind, while taking humanities in school, while doing philosophy, it's always been about people for me. Uh, it's always about people, right? Even LSAT, if you look at law, it's about helping people. Philosophy is not about helping people directly, but then it's about, uh, just knowing about human existence and stuff like that. So all of this is, I think, ultimately that's what matters.
great, man. Means somewhere you must have said and thought about it that these dots are getting because you don't know that what we are heading towards. Maybe in the coming days you might opt for something else and all this thing. Because what I get out of from you is that you must have like you have cleared the LSAT with All India Rank One. Definitely, you might have got a lot of opportunity, but you opted for something which you love the most. It's not about ki, what you did. Now it's like ki, this is what I want to do and I'll do it. So
Yeah.
yeah, so when you reach that particular space, the particular point, then you see that yeah, okay, let's see the back now, what I've done and what it meant. So that
But why see the back at all, right? Just try to do what you want to do next. That's all you need to think about, is what I think. But that will come out clearly. once you talk to me 10 years later.
Okay. Great. This leads to actually my next question. That is why I ask you this. Because what is your future goals? Means, have you ever thought about it, or you are the person who's just thinking like a lot of people are that kind of mind they have that I'll think about this year or maybe next 2 year. I don't think about next 5 year, next 10 years. So have you ever thought about it? Also, objectives or goals or ultimate aim of your life or something?
No, I don't think I have an ultimate aim in life as of now. I need to be exposed to a lot of things to get to that. But yeah, I don't have a year-to-year plan that in 2 years I want to be done. I want this position in a job. But yeah, I do have like an idea about where I want to end up. I want to end up in a job that I find meaningful, um, and helps add something to the world. And I think that's most of us, but that's all the idea I have. I think I would be happy to do all kinds of things, but also if I get comfortable in an industry and I find something that I really enjoy, I think even going just with that would also be something I love. I don't mind any of it.
Great, man. I think you're that kind of person who is thinking like I want to make a difference in the world that actually
Yeah,
matters. Somebody who prepares for UPSC or something more than a power, they want to reach that height where their decisions, their work actually matters. It creates a difference, not like
exactly.
you're doing some monotonous work or something. Is it that exactly?
Exactly. So, as they say, I think that government service is the widest kind of social service, the greatest platform we can have for social service. So, not just about that. I think that's sort of a position that I want to be in, where add, I do a lot of, I prove myself to be worthy of helping people, of getting, not just helping people, just serving communities that have been underserved. um, if it's not about communities in particular, it could be just about adding something to where in the team that I am in. So basically about being meaningful. I don't know much about UPSC at all. Um, I haven't looked into it, but I'm guessing that's where they come from. You would know more. Tell me about it.
Basically like my point was ki you always wanted to create the values wherever you go, wherever you be in, you just want to create an impact which actually leads to a lot more thing what normally people are doing, stereotypical thing engineering people are doing, and they are working in an IT firm and it's kind of a monotonous job. They do it for like 4 years, 5 years, 10 years their life. This is not what you want to do. Like somebody, I have coined this the UPSC thing because like they break the monotonic thing. They do something out of the box. They try hard. They reach to that level there where any decision, any work creates a great difference in the society or in the country. So that's where you are.
Absolutely. I feel like everybody, whenever they're joining any institution, begins with that mindset. And I don't mind being also in a job that I continue for a long period of time, for 4 or 5 years or so. Um, I do also have, not getting into too much philosophy of things, but I do also think that engineers add a lot of value to society. We can't really function without them. So everybody has a role, and I guess I'm, like you said, trying to add meaning in my own way.
Sure. Great. We have already discussed about a lot of things about your like struggles and basically when you started preparing for LSAT and how difficult it was. Then also you shared the preparation strategy and also your motivation behind YIF and how was the experience. And currently you are in that particular Ashoka University. So like a lot of aspirants are there who's going to prepare for this LSAT or YIF or maybe both. Like they might follow you exactly. So, would you like to share some strategies or some key points like what they should focus on and how they should actually like something unique to you, specific to you, which you would like to share?
Um, no, just do whatever you want to do. And I know everybody doesn't have the privilege to do what they want to do in the first place, and that's also something that we should consider. And it's easy to say follow your heart or whatever, but there are some considerations that you need to do, considering your own situation particularly. And for me, I think my trajectory hasn't been this linear anyway. It's sort of I've just done a little of everything,
Hmm.
and though that has helped me a lot in career, but I think that may not be something that everybody wants to take up. If they do, then it's good for them, I guess. But again, that's something that we will only know about me also in like 5 to 10 years. But I hope that they reach out. I would love to talk them through the sort of confusion that everyone faces. In After college, after school, everybody faces dilemmas like what to do, and each time it feels like it's the end of the world when it's not. I hope that's something that people realize
Great, man.
from what I've done.
Great, man. Great. So the ultimate thing is do what you actually want to do. Maybe sometime in your life you feel like you want to do something and you continued with it, and then later you figure out that no, actually, I'm. You might not be good at it, or you figure out that no, actually, this is exactly not I wanted to do. Then you
Yeah.
figure out something like that. And it's no problem with that. People feel very bad about it. Ki, no, yeah, I thought about this thing, and now I'm saying this. Changing mind is completely fine. It's okay. It means people
Yeah.
grow, people learn, you become mature, you become the understanding grows with age and everything, and you figure out different thing in your life, and you found out till the time hustle till the time where you actually figure out that what you are good at. It's okay. It's okay. People change their like destination. People change their journey in between. It's fine. It's fair enough. Sure, it's completely okay. So great, man. You've given the golden words, man. People have to think about it for sure. Let's go more from the nerdy part, because the first thing you said about yourself is you are a super nerd introvert. So that is the first thing comes in my mind, that you are a person who's always into study, always, always. Okay, is it right, or would you like to prove me wrong somewhere?
First of all, I would like to clarify that people who identify as nerds, and I get that the label is also in itself not fair, no labels are fair. People who love to study, it doesn't imply that they don't like to do other things. Studying is one aspect that I love to do, maybe. I'm talking about myself. But there are other things that all of us, I think, manage to do
What
in
do
our
you do
days.
basically in leisure? It's like studying different books, or maybe watching movies, or what do you do?
Yeah, all of those. I like to read. I like to watch shows and movies. That's something that the pandemic has helped me develop. And just also general things like the little things like taking a walk, eating good food. All of that is are things that I love to do.
Makes sense, man. Definitely. So, like for example, like this is what we ask to every any guest who come to our show, that which is the last movie or web series, if you remember, you have watched, if you remember.
Um, I don't remember, but definitely would have been a guilty pleasure because I love those, especially when things otherwise academically get very hectic. I need that off time. But I'm into Korean dramas, so it could be one of those.
Okay. Squid Game is a Korean drama, right?
Squid Game is a Korean drama, but
Only.
that's a different sort of sphere. It's much more serious. I'm talking about very guilty pleasure things like shows that have put people in a lot of popularity around the world. I think there's this entire Korean wave happening because of it.
Do you feel like there's a vibe of BTS fan coming from your side? Is it?
BTS is not something I've actually indulged in, surprisingly. But yeah, you get the drift. That's the music aspect of the shows that I watch.
Okay. The only K, well, if you ask me K drama, the two thing which I watch is first is Squid Game and second is Hellbound. Okay, so just these two. I have no clue about K drama, but I know a lot of people who are like super big fan of Korean drama, man. Super fans. So do you enjoy this a lot, or it's like you watch it just?
Yeah, I watch it a lot. Whenever I need off time, whenever I want to get away from things, Korean dramas have a very wishful, sort of fairy tale-ish vibe to them. So I do watch them when I need to. But of course, one aspect, again, I would like to clarify to everyone watching that I do watch serious things also, and I do watch documentaries. But I think we've been very boring until now. Just
Guilty.
let's not go into the lists and kinds of subjects that I watch.
Sure, man. Arey, it's a guilty pleasure, man. It's great, man. Like a lot of friends I have, they watch K drama and all this thing.
Yeah,
But this is like something which I can't relate, and it's okay, definitely, because I'm more into Bollywood and this kind of a person. I watch Indian web series and all this thing.
yeah,
This is like Squid Game, and also because too much of hype was there. Okay, so that is the reason why I watched it and was available in Netflix. So I just opened it and watched it. And also Hellbound was like the I don't know if we found out some fan for Hellbound, but it is the worst thing I've watched, man. But like so much of hype, dude, so much of hype. And then I watched it.
I don't dip into those serious things at all. I haven't watched any of those. I would not like to. It's um I hope people realize that a lot of good things are also out there. And I don't know about Hellbound at all. Please tell me when you get the chance.
Yeah, like I don't know, there's no category to it. It's just like something weird and strange and absurd thing is going on. Somebody's coming from hell, killing and then going. And then I'm like, what the hell is going on, man? At least give some explanation at the end. I waited for like 6 episodes are there. They just launched the first season. I waited for till the sixth episode ending that something they'll give. Okay, it's fine. It's going absurd, but let's wait for it. Let's wait for it. And then after the sixth episode was like, just that. Bye. Done. I'm like, why? Why would you do that to me? So it's like that.
All I'd like to say is welcome to fiction. That's it.
Makes sense. Yeah, definitely, man. So this is a completely different genre from like what I watch. I'm more into that Sacred Games and Mirzapur and Gangs of Wasipur kind of a person.
Oh, okay.
So
That's interesting.
I'm not sure because
Haven't watched any of those.
I was, that's the reason why I didn't even ask you. I don't get a vibe like that kind of vibe. I get more intellectual kind of vibe. Somebody who research a lot before watching, or somebody who should like. If you watch something that there should be some meaning to it. That's the kind of vibe I can get from you.
Let me just say this is a mask that I've put up amongst my various masks for this interview.
Okay.
Uh, I
So
am.
the
I
first
would like to believe I'm a fun person otherwise.
See, basically, that's the first thing I've told you. It's a candid talk. It's okay. You can
Mhm.
like open up about the things which you don't
Just
share
kidding.
in common interview. So that is what I was saying, man. So do you
Just kidding.
watch any Indian movies, any Indian web series, or just no to Indian web series?
Of course, I love my Bollywood also. Campus tends to make you live in a sort of bubble, and also because we tend to talk in very academic topics. I don't have context on this. I haven't gotten time to read up about the newer movies, newer content. But yeah, I like old Bollywood if that matters. I love my
Old, young, and new, everything. Boy, I love everything about Bollywood, man. I like. It's not like I watch all the movies, but yeah, I'm a kind of a watcher. Like I'm like that kind of a person who if I like some movie, I'll watch it like 100 times. For example, Gangs,
uh,
I watch it like 200, 300 times. I have no idea about it. So this is what the person I am. Like if I like something, I do it again and again and again and again and again. And like still I'm obsessed with it. Means if somebody comes up with a topic of Gangs of Wasseypur, I'll be like, okay, let's start a discussion.
yeah.
Let's do it.
Basically, Harry Potter for you.
Yeah, I've watched Harry Potter like that also 5, 6 times, man, at least. Yeah,
Yeah.
but have you watched Harry Potter?
Yes.
Great, man. So are you a Gryffindor or Slytherin? Because
I've actually got
I ask this to everybody, man.
um I've actually taken the Pottermore test a lot of times when I was in school. I used to get a different result every time, but don't you think I'm a Ravenclaw? I would like to believe so.
Oh, dude, I shit, man. I might have guessed that, man. I might have guessed that. All the nerd and all the intellectual dudes are in, or girls or boys, everybody is in Ravenclaw, man. So this is all the, because we have discussed all about the intellectual part and all about the preparation and all this thing. So great, man, great. So okay, so see, like this is the kind of question I've started asking from last couple of podcasts I'm doing. That do you like relate with spirituality? Do you basically do meditation and all this thing, or do you ever figure out, because you are a philosophy student? So I don't know. Maybe you can come up with a better answer for all this thing. That you ever had tried to figure it out? What's the meaning of life? Or what are we all here for? Or have you ever been through the process, the stage of existentialism, or all this thing combined?
I actually had a philosophical class today. It's part of my one of my courses, and one of the quotes uh, that struck me today in particular was Sartre saying that to be is to choose. I think that makes a lot of sense. That we're every step, everything that we're doing is a choice, and that's what makes us who we are. That's the meaning part of it, or not the purpose of humans, but just something that is good to think about. Otherwise, no, I don't know what the meaning is here. I don't know yet. I can go all existential dread and say Sisyphus is doomed or whatever, but yeah, I think I need to.
Have you ever thought about it?
Don't want to.
You don't want to think about it.
Yeah, people don't want to think about it usually, but it's something that you realize when you face a close one, uh, some problem with a close one, and I don't want to say harsh words, but that makes you think a lot. And yeah, but I think it's for me, it's probably about people around you. And if you're talking to me about spirituality and where I stand, again, I don't want to provide myself with a label because I do believe that I might not identify it with somebody else down the line. But I do think that there's something sacred about things, and that's all I stand by right now. What are, where do you stand?
So for me, actually, there is no meaning to life, because like when I read about these articles of creating fucks in your life, where you all the time create something for you and then you solve it,
Yes.
create new fuck, then you solve it. This is what the meaning is. The ultimate meaning is to not knowing about what you actually should know, because you will never be able to know. So this is beyond the mind, this is beyond our understanding, this is beyond our level of human brain. It's beyond that. You can't understand these things.
Yeah.
You never put your brain inside it. It's always lead to that anxious existential crisis, and all this thing will happen with you. So I have been through that situation, so that is the reason why I always ask people not to think much about it. Because if you, like for example, if you want to go into the spirituality, find a guru, somebody who can direct you to a proper path, somebody who can guide you that what is the right, what is wrong, this is the path, just follow it blindly, trust me, and this is what it is. So if somebody wants to go that way, don't figure out on your own, find somebody, a religious guru or somebody, anybody who knows meditation, who knows, understand, or maybe somebody from the science field who understand the quantum physics, who read about the dark matters and all this thing about the universe and all these things. So yeah, maybe if you want to know, get the information from the right people, because they'll guide you in the proper. So that is what I have about the
Yeah.
philosophy. So
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
yeah, so let's conclude it over here only. Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you, thank you so very much, Shefali, for being a part of this show. That a lot of people will get a lot of things out of it, from your struggles, from the keywords, the lot of logics you have given to prepare for the examination. So thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me here. And I just realized that we didn't speak about struggles at all. We just put out a very positive image. If you want to know about my struggles, please hit me
Please,
up again.
please tell me.
No, no, I'm just kidding. Just if there have been struggles also. I also just like that's a good image to put, right? I don't want to say that it's all been very rosy. It's there's always a lot of struggles, and it's okay. You'll be over it. And if it's, I know it's much tougher for some people, and I don't know.
Like you've been through a lot. It's okay if you can share. If you feel like you can't share, it's okay. Definitely, you want.
No, but just wanted to mention that there is also a component of struggles, um, and not to get led away with us saying that, oh yes, we prepared like this and stuff, and this was great. So yeah,
It's not a la la land. It's like you'll
yeah,
lot of things, and it's a phases of life. If you go through bad things, just wait for the good time, or be like, that's what I say, that it's achievable, because a lot of people who's gonna watch this podcast
yeah,
think about you as some superhero kind of a person who's like
yeah, exactly.
emotion. So it's not just not that, yeah, but she is, definitely she is, but you have to be very technical about it. Like for example, all the good words which we hear, like hard work, like patience, perseverance, all these things, you have to apply it in your real life. That's the reality.
It's always more failures and very less successes. There's like one thing that I did good where for which we're talking about today, but there have been so many failures, and that's something no one sees. And I know that's a very offset thing. So I don't think I need to explain more on that.
Sure. So let's because it's these are the golden words. Actually, the best thing which we have discussed in the end, the fun
Yeah,
and also the difficult part as well. Because everyone
yeah,
goes through a difficult situation, man. It's because somebody who's watching right now, also he must be going through some bad times and good times, and everything happens with everybody. So it's fine. You should like think like a champion. That's what I would say. Like if you think like a champion, you will find ways to continue with your life and continue figure out how to like fight with your problems, and these are the phases it will go after some time. So be motivated, be hardworking, be persistent, kind of perseverant kind of nature should be there for you. So thank you so much, Shefali, thank you so much for joining.
thank you.
So basically, I just want to know that did you actually like this podcast? Is it good for you? Is it bad? Is it terribly bad? How is it for you?
No, I had a lot of fun. It was very unlike other things, unlike an interview, and I love that because there was a two-way discussion. Thank you for having me here again.
Sure, sure. So thank you so much. So let's wrap it up over here only. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you have watched till now, definitely you are liking this video, then you have to like this video as well. So you know the drill, like, share, and subscribe. And also, Shefali, I just want to say a fact, right? It's about my channel. Like 83% of people who are watching this video don't subscribe to the channel, and it's not right. Okay. If you're getting
Yeah,
something,
that's not fair.
that's not fair. It's like, this is not you should do to me, because I'm trying very
Yeah,
hard, because only me and Shefali knows that how much effort we have put into
yes.
just conduct this podcast.
To
So
get this interview.
yeah, so to get this interview, it was a difficult,
Yeah,
dude, it's a difficult thing, man. Subscribe it, at least subscribe it. So
yeah.
thank you so much, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let's go, bye bye.